Hey guys, welcome back. So today I've got a review for you on the new Lorac Unzipped Gold palette. So I'm really excited to do this review for you. And like all my review videos, we're going to look at pricing, packaging, I'll show you some swatches, talk about the formula on these shadows, and then we'll do some comparing between this one and the original Lorac Unzipped palette. And we'll just kind of talk about how different are they, do you need both, and then I'll just give you my overall review and thoughts on this palette. So let's get into it. Okay, starting with pricing and packaging. So the price of this palette is $42. I got mine from Kohl's. This is what my packaging looks like. I don't know if they all look like this because I know sometimes Kohl's has like special packaging for their makeup products, but they may all look like this. I don't really know. But yeah, that's the front, that's the back. This does come with the behind the scenes eye primer from Lorac. I do not like this eye primer for me personally. I know some people love it. I think primers, eye primers, face primers just in general are kind of a person-specific item. It really depends on your eyelids or your face if it's a face primer. So for me, that does not work, but for the people that love it, they'll be excited to get it. So how much do you get in this palette? You get 10 eyeshadows that are a net weight of 0.39 ounces or 11.2 grams. So that's what you get in this palette. I really like the outside packaging. I think it's cute, pretty standard. The palette itself is really nice. It's just a very standard looking palette. It's really similar to the original. So this is the original here, kind of a yellowy color, and then now the gold one is more of sort of an off-white color. And I like how thin these palettes are. They really do not take up a lot of space in your makeup collection. When you're traveling, they're just really nice and compact, so I like that about them a lot. They're not like super fancy or exciting, but they're functional, they're cardboard, they feel durable, so I like the packaging of these palettes. It's very functional and nice. And then you open up this palette, and this is a very neutral gold palette. So by calling it the Unzipped Gold, that's an accurate name for it because it's a very gold themed palette. It's just a really nice collection of neutral colors. You know, you've got some great mattes here, but then you've got some really beautiful shimmery colors. So we'll look at comparisons between this one and then the Unzipped original in just a second. But you can just see this is what you get in this palette. Really, really nice. Okay, so here they are side by side, so you can just kind of see a comparison there. The gold palette is on the top and the original is on... What's this doing? And the original's on the bottom. So you can really see that the gold palette is just, it's a lot more yellowy colored, and there it goes again. The original is just a lot more rosy and purpley colored. You know, it's kind of funny when you look at a palette, you think a certain thing about it, but then when you put it next to another palette, it really brings out certain things about it. So this one just always kind of looked like, you know, a rose gold neutral palette to me, but compared to the gold palette, it looks so pinky. And I mean, I knew that about it, but just it looks extra pinky compared to this one. So you can see they're definitely different palettes. Okay, now for some swatches. So we're gonna start right here. This is the top left side of the palette, so we're starting on the top row. This is Undressed, a beautiful matte creamy shade, perfect for a brow bone highlight. It's pretty much my skin tone color, but I love it. This one is Uninhibited, a nice kind of champagne color. This one is Unpredictable, kind of an orangey sort of a gold, very metallic. This is Undeniable, a beautiful matte kind of milk chocolate color. I use this in my transition color as kind of my crease color today. It's a little bit darker than I would normally use. It would be nice if there was kind of a lighter version of this, but it does work, you know, it definitely works as that transition color. This one is Unedited, a nice kind of matte chocolatey brown. These two right here, these milk chocolate colors, they almost look like they have a little bit of a satin sheen to them, but they pretty much come off on the eyes like a metallic. Not a metallic, a matte. Like a matte. Okay, now we're gonna go over here. This is Unlocked, a beautiful white gold. Oh my goodness, I love this one. It's amazing. This is Unlimited, a gorgeous, just true gold. This one right here is like liquid melted copper. It is incredible. That is Unleashed, and it is just like, when I first swatched this, I was just blown away by it. It is gorgeous. This is Unwind, another nice kind of milk chocolate color, a little bit darker than Undeniable. And then this one right here is Unafraid, a very, very pretty chocolatey brown, but this one has more of a kind of satin, almost metallic, kind of a sheen to it. And here are some comparison swatches side by side so you can really see how the two palettes differ. So here is the original on this side, and then the gold palette is on this side. So you can see the original just definitely has more of a pinky, burgundy sort of a theme to it. and the gold palette has a much more sort of yellowy, golden, almost slightly orangey tone to it. Both really beautiful neutral palettes, but they are definitely different in their tones. And I wanted to note just this bottom row of the gold palette. I mean, that is really the selling point on this palette. I mean, these are all beautifully pigmented. They all are, but especially that bottom row is just incredible. And as far as the formula goes on these shadows, it is so, so good. You know, I've mentioned before that I'm not a huge fan of the Lorac Pro shadows. They're just so soft and kind of powdery, and for my makeup application techniques, they just really don't work for me because I create super muddy and over blended eye looks. But I've always really loved the original Lorac Unzipped palette. I feel like these are just so pigmented and they blend really nicely, but not too much. They really stay true to their color and they wear so well throughout the day. And I'm happy to say that the formula of these seems exactly the same. They are just super pigmented, they blend like a dream, they wear really well throughout the day. You do kick up some product, especially with the metallic shades. You can kind of see you do kick up some product in the pan and there is a little bit of fallout, but that really doesn't bother me very much because it looks so pretty on the eyes. I'm wearing it today. It just creates beautiful eye looks that last really well throughout the day. So I love the formula on these shadows. So my overall opinion on this palette is that I really, really love it. Highly recommend it. It's great quality. The only thing that I would say about it is it an absolute must-have? Probably not, because you've probably got similar shades in your collection somewhere. I just feel like it's fairly dupable. So I didn't grab other things to compare it to because I was thinking, well, I could have gotten Makeup Geek shadows or MAC shadows or the Naked palette or even ColourPop shadows. So I think, you know, if you're thinking that you have to have this palette to create certain looks, I really don't think you do. You've probably got something else in your collection that could get you a very similar look to something created with this palette. But if you are a makeup collector, you love collecting makeup, or you love Lorac and the unzipped shadows, then I would say absolutely go for it. Or if you're just looking for a really nice gold tone neutral palette, it is wonderful quality. It's really, really nice. I do love it. So I would recommend it, but if you're trying to be good, I think you could get away with not picking it up. Okay guys, so that was my review on the Lorac Unzipped Gold palette. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up if it was and let me know what you think about this palette. Are you looking at it, eyeing it? Have you grabbed it already? What do you think about it? Ask me any questions that you have down below. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! And then this one right here is unedited. We're about to have a Chester in the background possibly. This is unedited, a really nice dark chocolatey brown. There he is. Okay, now on this side we've got, this one is unlocked. You're naughty. Chest the mess. That's why that's knocked off. I wondered why that was down there. You little stinky thing.